do you ever work with mortgage brokers, or I'm sure you work with real estate
We
agents?
do. So especially in this market, we have homeowners that are in crisis, but they have tons of equity.
Yep.
So we're always looking for mortgage brokers who have the ability to lend on sort of unorthodox lending, right?
More private lenders, or
private is great. For me, it's more just somebody who has a little bit of flexibility, right? If it's your credit score has to be this, or it's a no, or if your credit score is a little bit low, let's figure out what that is. Do you have some assets or a story or something coming up, or make sense lending? That's a nice way of saying it. Yeah. I mean, we just need people who make sense. And we have done a ton of loans through mortgage brokers in the last few years because equity positions were strong. Earlier in my career, when there was no equity, there was no lending.
No lending, yeah.
So there's some lending in bankruptcy. I don't know if you've had much experience there, but when you're in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, it's a 60-month bankruptcy, so 5 years, and you're required to make mortgage payments during that time. So a lot of times people will file bankruptcy, and then their mortgage history is great because they've made 12 payments or 14 payments or even 20, 30 payments sometimes.
Sure.
And lenders will come in. So my clients will contact me and say, hey, we're going to refinance. Okay, that's fantastic. So there are lenders out there who will refi somebody in bankruptcy because they've shown that they've been able to, even if they still have some default, it's being paid off through you know what they do? The loan will pay off the bankruptcy at the same time, right? So
cash out, will pay it out so they can end it,
So the refi is the mortgage balance plus whatever's left in the bankruptcy. So that's how they'll end the bankruptcy.
Yeah.
So that's a really good way.
What about tips for brokers who are looking to partner with attorneys?
What I would say, and this is a little bit against my philosophy, but I'll say it anyway, is we're always looking for people who are good at certain things, right? So you might have one lender who's great at reverse mortgages. You might have another lender who's a rock star at conventional. You have another mortgage broker who's great at hard money loans or bridge loans or short-term loans or commercial loans, all different types of loans. We love building that out, and we'll refer those out to people.
That's cool.
The reason I was saying that's against me because it's a little bit sort of mom pa approach, but I think the first place is to make that contact and then figure out how to create that system and see if that's scalable. And if you're a mortgage broker and you're doing the same thing with bankruptcies attorneys throughout California, then you can build out that as a source.
What about self-employed borrowers? Do you get much of that?
We do. The biggest thing I see with self-employed borrowers is they need to be educated on how much money they make. But I find that a lot
of them don't even know. They are
so confused about how much money they make, right? Yeah. Oftentimes, they shoot themselves in the foot, right? They make good money,
right?
But they claim no money because they don't want to pay taxes on it.
Sure.
So when you get down, if you're going full doc or something to that extent, the tax returns might say that they make $28,000 a year, and I look at them and go, your mortgage is $5,000 a month.
How do
you're current on your mortgage. That's 60 right there. How do you mean you make 28,000?
Pay it through the business. Yeah.
And we have that challenge in bankruptcy because in bankruptcy, it's a lot of how much do you make, how much do you spend, right? It's an income and expense analysis. And they don't know how much money they make.
Yeah.
Yeah.